Shalom, this is the brother Tazabah, coming back to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Before I start off, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect out there. For spreading this word of sincerity and truth all over the four corners of the earth. Gone. This is going to be a quick hit. Which is going to be titled, You Better Finish It. You better finish it, man. Okay? And that's speaking to all of us, man. First and foremost to myself. You know, this is something that I tell myself. You better finish it, man. You know, pressuring myself to continue in the word of truth. Okay? To not be simple in mind and say like, yeah, but, you know, I already had a lot of works. I already had a lot of years in, you know, working. Nah, man, that's some bullshit, man. Next to that, my works ain't nothing. You understand? Don't get comfortable. Don't get not comfortable. I mean complacent, man. You know, you gotta stay diligent. You gotta stay in the spirit to, you know, do what is being asked of you. Okay? And better finish it, man. Continue in that good pace, so to speak. We all running a race, right? You gotta continue in that good pace. Okay? So I got the scripture over here, Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Okay, so better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. So you can speak concerning your works that you did, you know, the first 10 years you was in this truth, and now you're leaning back a little bit. That's bullshit, man. You gotta stay on your toes, man. Active toes. When you practice any martial arts, they always speak about active toes, man. Okay, which active toes goes into, you know, being ready to do a takedown, being ready to throw a jab, being ready to duck and dodge, okay, or to slip. Active toes when you at bat in baseball. You gotta have active toes, man, because you gotta be ready to step in and to swing the bat. Okay, when you in the field, shortstop, third base, second base, it doesn't matter. Okay, when the pitcher is about to throw, the whole infield goes on his toes and leans forward because they have to be ready to make a move. Now we gotta stay on our toes too, being always ready to make a move, man. Okay, to push this word. You know, when you're inspired through the spirit, you go into a lesson. When you read scriptures, you pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that the spirit may rest upon you to do these lessons, man. Okay? Because that's how the spirit goes, man. Let me see. This is John chapter 3, verse 8. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. You see? So the Spirit flows through you, man. Rests upon you. Okay? You just got to go into these scriptures and, you know, meditate. Ask the Lord. You know? Ask the Lord, man. The excuses of not making videos supposed to stop, man. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 7. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. You see? So you just got to ask the Lord, man. Baba Kashaya, Bashem Yashai, give me the spirit to do these lessons. And like the brother from Dallas always says, I believe it's GMS in Rome. GMS in Rome. He says, Tawada, to the Most High, that give me the spirit to do this lesson. You know, so you got to be thankful towards Yahweh Bashem Yahushai too. Okay, after every lesson that you got, that was inspired through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay. Now, your beginning can be so strong and so tough, but we have seen a lot of people, come and go, man. They was on fire, made multiple videos a week, okay? Multiple videos a day. They was doing fasts. They was doing whatever they man. And then the fire just turned out, man. Okay, now you don't want to be that guy. You want to keep a steady pace. Okay? Um let me see. Luke chapter 14, verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counted the cost, whether you have sufficient to finish it? Because that's what it's all about, man. You gotta have sufficient to finish it. That's why it's also a very important thing to meditate upon coming in this truth and coming into the camp. You have to be ready, man. You cannot just step into the camp and be like, yeah, I'm gonna teach now, and then, when you realize like you're not strong enough in the faith yet, then you're like, man, I gotta do some things, man, on this Saturday, man. I don't know if I'm able to teach this week, stuff like that. Nah, man. You gotta sit down first and count the cost, understand what Yahweh Basham Yahushai is asking of you. He's asking for consistency within this truth. He's asking for diligence and discipline within this truth towards his works. If you read the Old Testament and you read about the Levites that was going in to do the work of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, the things that you see and the things that they had to do, man, it's on point. Because the Most High wants you to be on point with everything. The weight of things. Okay? The measure of things. The amount of salt that it has to have. Okay? The pieces of the meat that has to be sacrificed. What you're supposed to do with the fat and with the blood. Okay? Everything has to be on point. So we cannot just recklessly deal with the work of the Lord, man. We got to be on point with everything. Okay? And also considering from the beginning the whole length of the race. You understand? So it says, Luke chapter 14, verse 28, for which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first, and counted the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, lest happily after he had laid the foundation, and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build, and was not able to finish it. You see that? And that's something that happened, man. That's something that actually happens. Okay? Dudes fell out, dudes fall out, and they got a name, man. They got a name for themselves because they are not able to finish what they started, man. Okay? Now that mockery, it's all through the spirit, man. Okay? You call yourself the biggest and baddest Israelite that is out there. Okay? And then eventually, you are one part of the 2/3 that you always have been calling out in the streets, man. You wicked ass 2/3 are gonna be destroyed. Now you're one of them. You basically prophesied against yourself. You understand? You prophesied against yourself, man. So you better meditate upon the fact that you gotta finish this race, man. I have a testimony concerning that also. I used to live in Norway, Scandinavia for a while, which my father was living there. Okay, and we used to live in Bergen, okay, which is a village or city that is surrounded by 5 mountains. Okay, which one of these 5 mountains is called Ulrika, which is the tallest or the highest mountain of all the 5. So I was doing a lot of jogging over there. I was just going into the inner city, running around, staying between those mountains, right? Then one day I went out on a Sunday and I was looking at the tallest mount, the highest mountain, and I was like, you know what? Let me run up this mountain. But I didn't have no water. I didn't meditate upon the fact that this is the tallest mountain in the region. So it's not an easy thing to just go up and down. People use this how you call this thing, this elevator, but not an elevator. It's like a lift, cable. This cable lift, you know, to go up the mountain. I hope y'all brothers understand what I'm talking about. And then they walk down, or they do the opposite. They run, they walk up, and then they take the cable lift down. But I was like, man, I'm jogging. I feel the spirit is heavy on me. Like, let's do something tough. So I decided to run up that mountain without water, without anything. Which was foolishness, man. I should have considered and thought about the length of the distance. I should have thought about the distance more. But I still did it, and I finished it. But my mouth was completely dried out, man. Okay, now luckily, you have streams coming out of the mountains that are basically clean drinking water. So I just drank some of that water, but it could have went bad, man. You understand? Running all the way up and then running down. I think it was almost like 20 kilometers, man. 18, 20, maybe 15 to 20 kilometers to go up and down. So that was a tough run, man. And I realized when I came down, like, this wasn't smart at all, to just jump into something that you don't know the whole measurements of yet. So for men, we have men that come to the camp and that say, I want to stand where y'all standing at. And then the next week you don't see them again. So they make a certain statement which they ain't even ready for. Like, they don't consider what the hell they up against. You understand? And that's why it's also important for brothers, new brothers, who have guides within this truth, to have men that explain the ins and outs of this truth and what you're getting yourself into. You understand? Because it's about finishing the race. It's not about starting the race. It's about finishing it. Okay? The start is good, but the ending is better. Okay? So you got to count the cost, man. Let me see. Like the Lord Yahushua said, Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. You gotta endure until the end, man. Okay? You gotta stay hard. You gotta stay disciplined. You gotta stay on point concerning your works, man. If every time another man has to tell you that you should make your videos, okay, that you should be there with the Sabbath studies, okay, or whatever you got, other day studies, it doesn't matter. We in GMS Holland do Sabbath studies. So when the Sabbath kicks in, or when before the Sabbath is about to end, we have study sessions, okay, of at least 3 hours, wherein we get together and go over chapters, man. Go over chapters, go over breakdowns. Okay? You got to make sure you're there, man. The brother that is giving the Sabbath study, okay, the brother that is giving the teachings ain't supposed to chase behind you to come to the Sabbath study, man. That ain't supposed to happen. You're supposed to be present, man. You're supposed to be there listening and learning. Okay? Yeah, but I already know this chapter, or I already know this breakdown. Well, you go over it again, man. Because a day will come that the breakdown is going to slip your mind, because you always felt comfortable enough to not go over it again. You gotta go over these breakdowns, man, multiple times. Okay? And on top of that, let me see. Another slacker himself. I think it's in John or something, man. The scripture says, he that teacheth another teacheth he not himself. But this also, man, Sirach 37 and 19, there's one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable unto himself. You know, you got to make sure that whatever you teach others, man, you also add unto your own teachings, man. That's why it's also important for brothers to go over these breakdowns, okay, and to add precepts to their own breakdowns that they have written down, okay. Because when you teach someone else, you're also teaching yourself. Now that man, I forgot where that scripture is at, man. Another himself. It has to be in John, man. Yeah, man. Anyway, I think that was it. You know, so like I said, actually one more thing. Like I said, concerning having a spiritual guide, we gotta be considerate concerning the men that are guiding us within this truth, man. That are preparing us and that are making us realize what we are actually into before we step into the camp. I know there's new brothers that I always wanna. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I know what this truth is all about. I know what is being asked of me. Do you really? Do you really, man? We have seen guys fall out after 7 months. We have guys fall out after 6 months. We have seen guys fall out after 1 year, 1.5 years. That's nothing, man. So you was only able to endure 1.5 year the works of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. You wasn't ready. You wasn't ready. That's one. And you wasn't chosen from the beginning, man. You know, you had different reasons to join this truth. Let me say that. Okay, now the duty of a guide, man, to instruct you into the ways of this truth. 1 Thessalonians 3:1. Wherefore, when we could no longer forbear, we thought it good to be left at Athens alone, and sent Timotheus, our brother and minister of the Most High, and our fellow laborer in the gospel of Yahushua, to establish you and to comfort you concerning your faith, that no man should be moved by these afflictions, for yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto. So do you see? Timothy was sent to bring comfort unto brothers. Timothy was sent to help the brothers, instruct the brothers, to guide the brothers. Okay? Instruct them into in the faith, to establish you in the faith. Now let's go into the word establish. As a matter of fact, let's go into that, man. Establish you in the faith. What does it say? Establish, to make stable. Wow. Place firmly, set fast, fix, to strengthen, make firm, render constant, confirm one's mind. You see that? So he comes to make you more stable, man. Coming into this truth, you all over the place, man. You don't know what you get yourself into. You don't know what is coming, man. That's why the scriptures speak about the bitter and the sweet. Okay? First it's sweet in your mouth. Okay? A whole new world opens unto you, because now you know who you are, according to the knowledge of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. You see? And then you start to realize, like, oh, now the world is against me. Now my family is against me. Oh shit, I lose my job because they found out that I'm preaching. or who I say that I am. Oh shit. Oh, my friends in the that he used to hang with, they ain't down with it. They find me strange. Okay. They separate me from their company. Oh shit. Okay. So I'm losing friends now. You know? That's that realization that is coming, with this truth that it gives a bitter taste in your stomach, man. Okay, you have to be instructed in those ways. You have to be prepared for those setbacks, and it's not even a setback, because whatever you lose in Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is gain unto you. It's gonna be gain unto you in the kingdom, man. So it is what it is, man. It's whatever, so to speak. You see, it is whatever, man. So it says, verse 3, that no man should be moved by these afflictions, for yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto. So Timothy did a great job, going to the brothers, establishing them in the faith, fixing, making them stable, like the scripture says, okay? Adding to their stability within this truth. And that is by giving knowledge unto them, instructing them, letting them know what is to come, what is to happen, showing them the length of the days, that it might take 10 years, 20 years. You got to stay stable, man. Adding onto those words with the scriptures, proving it, prove all things, giving them that understanding, man. And that's important, man. So that brothers can consider, okay, this is a race. Before you start running, you need to know the distance that you're getting yourself into, okay? If you start running 15 kilometers away from your house and you want to stop, now you best realize that you got to run that 15 kilometers back too. If you leave your house 15 kilometers, you got to run back 15 kilometers too. But if you're tired after those first 15 kilometers, how you going to get home? You don't run from A to B. You run from A to B and then back to A, because you need to go back to your house, unless you have your bus card with you or your train ticket to go back to your house. But I don't think that's the case. You got to be strong, man. You gotta be strong. You gotta be wise, and you gotta have that discipline, man, to get you through all these things through the faith. Okay. So yeah, man, with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakadash, Shalom to the elect.